In the 20 years that rock and roll has been alive, one man who has never sung a note or played a musical instrument has been a dynamic force behind this music. In a few minutes, you'll meet Dick Clark. You'll hear his thoughts on rock and roll, a nostalgic look at American Bandstand, and you'll hear some of the music most important to him, along with our host, Wolfman Jack, on the Super Rock Special.
Yeah, Super Rock, Super Rock, Super Rock.
Hi, everybody, my, feel good tonight. And you know what that means, don't you? It means that we gonna Wolfman-delicize you. We got Dick Clark with us, too, today, and we getting underway with pretty little Anne Murray.
When I call you up, your line's engaged. I have had enough, so accurate. We have lost the time that was so hard to find, and I will lose my mind if you won't see me. I don't know why you should want to hide, but I can't get through. My hands are tied. I won't want to stay. I don't have much to say, and I can turn away if you won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. Time after time, you refuse to even listen. I wouldn't mind if I knew that I was missing the day of you. There filled with tears, and since I lost you, it feels like years. Yes, it seems so long since you've been gone, and I just can't go on if you won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
I certainly hope you people taking down all your pictures, man, because we going to be playing some of that bounce-off-the-wall music, you understand? And that was Anne Murray on the Super Rock Special with Wolfman Jack. Don't forget now, we got Dick Clark coming up here. Right now, we got the Hollies and the air that I breathe.
If I could make a wish, I think I'd pass. Can't think of anything I need. No cigarettes, no sleep, no light, no sound, nothing to eat, no books to read. Making love with you has left me peaceful and tired. What more could I ask? There's nothing left to be desired. Please came up
Wolfman Jack will talk to our special guest star, Dick Clark, next on the Super Rock Special.
Hey, Steve Moynihan, 28-year-old man about Manhattan. How's your love life?
Hey, how's my love life?
Yeah. How is your love life?
Rotten.
How's your love life?
Ultra Bright is anxious to know.
How's your love life?
Pam Purcell, head cheerleader. How's your love life?
Rah, rah, rah! The football team, the basketball trips. We've even got soccer.
How is your love life?
I'm available. Rah.
How's your love life?
If it could be better, then maybe you need Ultra Bright, with more whitener than any leading toothpaste and the wildest taste in town. Ultra Bright, the toothpaste that puts sex appeal in a tube, wants to know.
How's your love life?
Hey, all of you out there in Radioland, USA.
How's your love life?
Ultra Bright is just aching to know.
Super warm, superhuman, super personal, and a superman, super performer. Dick Clark, it's a pleasure to have you here on the Super Rock Special, man.
I don't know what to say. I feel like I should do a medley of my commercials or something. What is this? That's very nice.
20 years in the business now, right?
Yeah, actually, Wolf, it's longer than that because I started back in the 40s.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I ask you how old you are?
I am 44, and I've been doing this sort of thing for something like 26 or 27
You
years.
started when you were like 16 or something, didn't you?
About 17.
Can you remember the first date of the first American bandstand show?
The first bandstand went on. I did not do it. Two other men, Bob Horn and Lee Stewart, did it in 1952. It was the first one of its kind, and then, along about the mid-50s, by the time I got on the scene in 1956, there were, hundreds of them. At one time, there were over 100 local bandstands.
Is that right?
1957, it went on the ABC television network, and we're now in our 22nd year.
Hey, listen, name some of the artists you had on your first bandstand show.
Oh, you won't believe the day we went on the network. Now, that's the granddaddy of rock and roll. You know who the first two guests were?
Who?
Billy Williams and the Chordettes.
Oh, my
on the first day.
gracious.
It was intermingled with Fats Domino and Little Richard and a lot of rhythm and blues artists.
How'd you get along with Little Richard?
Well, Richard, scared the daylights out of the old folks when he appeared on television. You can imagine.
Yeah, what year was this now when he
Well,
first
it would
came
have
in?
been 1956, 57.
Good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the bone. Good golly, Miss Molly, sure like the bone. When you're rocking and a rolling, can't hear your mama call.
He was scary then. He was really scary.
With the silvered hair piled
know.
a half foot high on his head,
The original glitter freak, right?
And then when Jerry Lewis came along and stood spread-eagled on top of a grand piano with a cigar stuck out of his mouth, you can imagine all the little old ladies in Peoria saying, "Oh my God, what is that?"
Come on over, baby, a whole lot of shaking going on. Yeah, come on over, baby, baby, you can't go wrong. Honey, I ain't begging, I got a whole lot of shaking going on. Come on over, baby, we got
How did you get away with all of that stuff on television at that time?
We made everybody wear suits and ties.
How did you fight those big-time executives with ABC and everything to get this kind of a show on the air?
Well, you know, that was a strange thing. ABC was then programming old English movies in the afternoon, and I was a disc jockey in Philadelphia, having a real good year. I was in like 14 record hops a week at 75 cents a head, you know.
Right.
I was just rolling in money. I thought, boy, this gravy train will never stop. And then they came along, and I thought, uh-oh, they're going to program in the daytime and put me off the air. So I ran up with a kinescope of this show, and I still have the letter in my office. It said, thank you very much for showing us the film of your dance party show. We enjoyed seeing it, and do stop by sometime. Now, being young and naive, I thought that was a show of interest. So my saliva glands really got running. I ran away, I got myself a show. And I think my dumb, youthful enthusiasm, I asked him please to put it on for 2 or 3 weeks, and we'd prove that we had an audience.
Have you ever been unsuccessful in any attempt you did?
Oh, I'll give you a medley of my failures.
No, I would like to have a medley of your failures because I know about all your successes.
No, there have really been a lot of doggy ventures. If you're serious,
I'm serious, no, really.
I've been in the racetrack business. I had a losing radio station. I had a roast beef stand that went busto. I had a soft drink bottling plant
Sound
in
like my
Philadelphia.
Wolfman Jack hamburger stand down there in California.
You know, you know what you learn out of that, Wolf? You learn to stay and do your own thing. At one time, everybody said, you're the guy with the rock and roll records and the kids. And I thought, gee, if I could only do something else. Then I realized that's really all I wanted to do.
Right. Well, I tell you, you've done it, man.
Can I tell you an interesting sidelight to my life in and around this music? When we started, there wasn't any rock and roll, and the first people who appeared on the bandstand were people like Patty Page, the Four Aces, Joni James, Eddie Fisher.
If you're fond of sand dunes and salty air, quaint little villages here and there, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod, that old Cape Cod. Why don't you believe me? Love is a man is glad to feel. Dungaree, 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 dong.
Then it graduated into Pat Boone, Chuck Berry, Fabian Fats Domino, Paul Anka, all of these people making their first appearances. Then look what happened along the way. We introduced the Mamas and Papas.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. I've been for walking for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm, if I was in LA.
The Jefferson Airplane made their first visit there.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
Loggins and Messina.
Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around and it's time to go to town, where do you go? To rock and roll.
Melanie. And now, between the Midnight Special, In Concert, and Rock Concert, awful lot of people making their first debuts on network television.
Dick Clark and Wolfman Jack return in just a moment.
she's around. What a perfectly natural woman I've found.
Sweet earth fragrances like hyacinth, sandalwood, sage, the sweetness and the spice of life, in solid compact form or in long-lasting oils by Cody.
I can smell the sweet earth, the woods, the flowers and herbs when she's around. What a perfectly natural woman. What a perfectly natural woman I've found.
Sweet Earth by Cody.
We're just getting rosy and cozy and a little toesy, ain't we, Dick? Of all the current records on the charts, you got any favorites?
I'll mention this one because they've worked for me since they were children, literally 12, 13 years old. I met them first in Cincinnati, and Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods, and I set them up and introduced them to the ABC Dunhill people, and they've got a record now that's in the top 10, and I would guess that it probably will be the #1 record in the country if there isn't a fast-rising record around that knocks it off. It's in the bubblegum area, but they're specialists in it. They traveled for 3-4 years with the Osmonds, and now it's their turn.
The marching band came down along Main Street. The soldier blues fell in behind. I looked across and there I saw Billy waiting to go and join the line. And with her head upon his shoulder, his young and lovely fiancée. From where I stood I saw she was crying, and through her tears I heard her say, Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me your wife. And as he started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero, come back to me. The soldier blues were trapped on a hillside, the battle raging all around. The sergeant cried, we've got to hang on, boys. We got to hold this piece of ground. I need a volunteer to ride up and bring us back some extra men. And Billy's hand was up in a moment, forgetting all the words she said. She said, Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me your wife. And as it started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero, come back to me. I heard his fiancée got a letter that
told how Billy died that day. The letter said that he was a hero. She should be proud he died that way. I heard she threw the letter away.
Out of all the artists that you've worked with over these many years, including, on the Bandstand show, Where the Action Is, and all the shows you've done, who really became special friends, super friends?
I've always had the same answer, Wolfman. It's even more special now because the man has passed away. He started as a professional friend who became a very dear personal friend of mine, and I always thought he was one of the biggest talents. That was Bobby Darin.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Every night I hope and pray a dream lover will come my way, 'cause I want a girl to call my own. I want a dream lover so I don't have to dream alone. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby?
Yeah, he was beautiful. Have you met William DeVaughn?
I had an interesting meeting with him a few weeks ago. He appeared on the bandstand, and they said, we don't know what to make of this man. He's either very shy or he's just not an ordinary man. And I met him. He's a very religious and devout person. He did something that I would not advise anybody in the world to do. He sent money in to make a record. And, usually that's a shock.
Sent money in to make a record?
And he read an ad somewhere and said, do you want to be a record star? And this poor guy got around $500 together and sent it off and made this record. And please don't ever do this if you're listening without great, tremendous, solid advice, but he got a hit out of it.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, sun rooftop, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with a gangster lean.
Wolfman Jack and Dick Clark return after this.
Student Stacy Pruitt of Pasadena, California, told us why she uses Johnson's baby shampoo.
I swim a couple hours a day, so I just try new shampoos to see how it does for my hair. And Johnson's baby shampoo, it's easy for your hair, and it gives it a shine, and I just really like Johnson's.
Do you have to shampoo every day then?
Yes, I do. I shampoo every morning.
So it's really important to have a gentle shampoo.
Uh-huh. Johnson's baby shampoo, it just goes in and it lathers, but then it rinses out easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hard shampoo.
Do you find your hair is easier to manage after you use Johnson's?
It's very easy. It kind of floats, you know, it bounces more. When it dries, it's just so fluffy.
What do you like
shiny.
best about your hair?
The shine.
Would you recommend Johnson's to other people?
And I have. A lot of girls on the swim team use it. They really like it. They thanked me. They said it was really nice.
Have you got a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Does he like your hair?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what does he say about it?
And he says it's so smooth and silky and soft.
Johnson's baby shampoo is gentle enough to use every day.
This Wolfman Jack, just a lovable, rosy little posy. I tell you, everything all right with you, baby. We gonna be right back with Dick Clark.
You can dance, every dance, the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the man who held your hand, hit the pound moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music is fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Laugh and sing while we're apart. Don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? You know I never ever let you go. I love you oh so much. La 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 la. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone.
You know, you're a legend in this business. I mean, you really are. You've started so many people in the business, and you've not only been on the entertainment end, been a performer, but you've been a magnificent businessman. I mean, what gives you that drive that you have, that wanting to, you know, to be the first one to do this and the first one to do that? You've always been the first one. You've always been one jump ahead of everybody.
It's very easy. It's sheer, unadulterated greed.
Is that it?
That's not really true. I've got the greatest thing in the world that any human being could look forward to. First of all and foremost is good health. Beyond that, it doesn't matter. But if you do look beyond that, I do what I enjoy doing, and I'm well paid for it, and I enjoy every minute of it. And I hope that, you know, I die doing it. Now, what more could you want out of life?
When do you think you'll ever reach your peak?
One of the highlights in my professional life happened last year, and it looks like it's going to be an annual event. We did a thing called the American Music Awards that the network commissioned. It was not a challenge to the Grammys, but I say an alternative answer. It was the first time in the history of the music business that the public ever had a chance to pick the winners. And the winners were, interestingly enough, the exact same winners that won the best-selling winners of the National Association of Record Merchants. For instance, Stevie Wonder, Roberta Flack, Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder twice, Charlie Rich, on and on. It's a fabulous thing. It was a very successful night. We got 42% of the audience at one point, and that was a highlight for me.
Let's play something from that Stevie Wonder album.
Good.
You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around.
You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart.
I feel like this is the beginning. Though I've loved you for a million years, and if I thought our love was ending, I'd find myself drowning in my tears. Whoa, 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 the sunshine of my life. Yeah. That's why I'll always stay around. Yeah, yeah. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you stay in my heart. You must have known that I was lonely, because you came to my rescue. And I know that this must be heaven. How could so much love be inside of you? Oh, you are the sunshine of my life. Yeah, that's why I'll always stay around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you stay in my heart. Yeah, you are the sunshine of my life, baby.
You know, that fabulous talent you just listened to is not only a singer, a songwriter, a composer, an industry leader. Now, I remember the very first time he ever came to Philadelphia and appeared as a skinny little teenager, Little Stevie Wonder, if you remember.
Yeah, Little Stevie
He
Wonder.
made his first appearance on the bandstand.
They compared him with Ray Charles, you know, the genius of
He is
Stevie
still
Wonder.
a very big fan of Ray's. He speaks of him with great fondness.
You know Charlie Rich, don't you?
First time I ever recall seeing that man, he was silvery haired in those days when he was doing Mohair Sam. It's hard to believe that.
I love Mohair Sam, too.
He was a rock and roller when I first knew him. He and Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, they were all down there in Memphis making records for Sun. And now he's everywhere.
Hey, Did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, was she crying, crying? Hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl that walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby. Oh, won't you tell her that I love her? I woke up this morning, realized what I had done. I stood alone in the cold gray dawn, knew I'd lost my morning sun. I lost my head and I said some things. Now comes the heartaches that the morning brings. I know I'm wrong, but I couldn't see. I let my world slip away from me. So hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, was she crying, crying? Hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl that walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby. Oh, won't you tell her that I love her? If you happen to see the most beautiful girl that walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby.
More on the Super Rock Special with Wolfman Jack and special guest Dick Clark in just a moment.
Ever had a tall, frosty glass of Amplitude? Well, if your beer is Budweiser, you've had it often. Amplitude is a fancy word for the entire taste phenomenon, the total experience of flavor. Next time you take a healthy swallow of Bud, watch what happens. Think about the sensations you're experiencing. Notice how the flavor of Bud comes on nice and easy. Not too strong, not too quick, just right. Notice the clean, crisp togetherness of Bud's taste. Everything in perfect balance, with no single element jumping out at you. And there'll be no aftertaste either, no hanging on. And you'll be refreshed and ready for another glassful. Actually, Bud drinkers have been experiencing Amplitude for years, but they never phrase it that way. They just say Budweiser, and that says it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
This Wolfman Jack on the Super Rock Special with my very special guest, Dick Clark. Where do you think rock music is going? You know, we got a lot of music going for us, right? We got soul, electric rock, glitter rock, bubblegum rock, British rock. What's What's next?
Gee, I don't really know. I know one thing that I think if you could look in your crystal ball at anybody, any of those of us who live in and around music could predict, there's going to be a new thing in the next year between now and the middle of 1975. My personal prediction, which you may take issue with, is that that thing will be a single male singer. He will be white, and he will be American. I think there's a trend around, I think you'll find. In addition to that one idol that we need to excite the music business, I think you'll find more, what can you say, trademark sounds like Chicago. A quick aside on Chicago. One night, coming away from a rock and roll concert in the late 50s, there was a young bass player on the bus, and we got talking about the date that was behind us. And he said, wasn't that exciting? And all of that feverish excitement. He was talking about the artistic end of it. I said, you ever stop thinking about the money end of it? Now, keep in mind, Wolf, in those days, we're talking about a $1.50 ticket and 17 acts on the bill. So the whole big night might have been worth $5,000. I said, but do you realize most of the money stayed back there with the man who produced the show? The young man on the bus sitting in the back of there driving from goodness knows, Canton, Ohio, told me 10, 15 years later, would be about 10 years later. He said, that was the night I made up my mind that I would no longer become an instrumentalist, I'd become a producer. His name was James William Guercio. The band that he was playing with are 4 members of Chicago.
Something's changed. Something deep inside. A part of me. There's a strange new light in eyes. Things I've never
Bill. Now, you know Jim Stafford.
The man
Where's he coming from?
He's got the strangest mind of any human being ever saw. We're building a whole little show around him. I think he is going to be a giant superstar of the mid-'70s. I think he's going to be the next Glenn Campbell, the next Sonny and Cher, the next Dean Martin. He is a giant.
Bill walked me to my door last night, and he said, "Before I go, there's something about our love affair that I have a right to know." I said, "Let's not stand out here like this. What would the neighbors think? Why don't we just step inside, and I'll fix us both a drink." My girl Bill, my girl Bill, can't say enough about the way I feel about my girl. My girl Bill. William's hands were shaking as he took his glass of wine, and I could see we both felt the same. And when his eyes met mine, I said, who we love, why we love, it's hard to understand. So let's just sit here on the couch and face this man to man. My girl Bill, my girl Bill, can't say enough about the way I feel about my girl. My girl Bill. Bill, you know, we just left her place, and we both know what she said. She doesn't want to see your face, and she wishes you were dead. Now I know we both love her, and I guess we always will. But you're gonna have to find another, 'cause she's my girl, Bill. My girl Bill. My girl Bill. Can't say enough about the way I feel about my girl. Talk about my little girl, my girl Bill. My girl Bill. My girl Bill. I can't say enough about the way
I tell you, has he been on your show yet?
Several times. There's a first. He did the Bandstand.
I watch Bandstand every Saturday, and I haven't seen him yet on your show. I was wondering where,
He did it so long ago, Wolfman. It was back with Spiders and Snakes. He is doing 2 upcoming in concerts, one of which is his show. We build it around him. It's being done in London, as a matter of fact.
From here, this very day, where are you going, Brother Clark?
Well, later on, I'll go over and do a few game shows, and then I'll leap on that airplane. I may even join you there. Then I'm going to take a couple of days off. Then we're going to London to do 4 in concerts, and be back here in New York for some more work, and then a few bandstands, and an Action 74. That'll complete the month.
Well, you've always been my idol. I've always tried to keep pace with you.
Right on, baby, right on.
No, I mean that seriously, and I really do have a love for you as a person, as a performer, and especially as a businessman. And I appreciate you being here with me tonight.
Wolfman Jack, thank you very much. I always enjoy my visits. Howl a little for me now, will you? Send me away.
You've been listening to the Super Rock Special with host Wolfman Jack and our special guest Dick Clark. Be sure to join us next week for more on the Super Rock Special.